Welcome back. Well, for expectant parents, setting up a nursery is a joyful part of the anticipation of a new baby, but it also comes at considerable cost. Hundreds of young couples have just suffered a huge setback to those happy plans with the collapse of a Sydney baby store where they had goods on lay-by. As Elise Mooney reports, some parents have lost thousands of dollars with no choice but to start all over again.
Disbelief, and I really find it unfathomable that people can be ripped off so easily, because that's exactly what's happened.
I said, well, I've got 7 weeks, 6 weeks till I have my baby now, and they said, well, you could be looking at 6, 7 months before I get anything, if I get anything.
Not much baby furniture?
No, well, we thought we'd have everything sort of moved around by now, and we'd have...
Preparing for the birth of a baby carries its own difficulties. And imagine lay-buying hundreds of dollars worth of baby goods, then losing the lot.
You just can't believe that this could happen to you.
It happened to Shane and Simone Fuller. They're gearing up for baby number 1 and spent $1,400 on baby furniture at the Cuddles and Mum store in Penrith. The day they went to pick up their goods, disaster struck. They received this letter explaining the company had gone bust.
They accepted $600 of our money 6 days before they went into liquidation, and as I said, we were ready to pick it up this weekend before the GST, and it just wasn't there, and we've just left in the lurch.
The Fullers are not alone. Up to 250 families have been burnt by the bust. Catherine Kirkpatrick has only 6 weeks to go until the birth of her baby.
People are always telling me, don't stress, relax, etc. And when you're sort of nearing the end and you never know when you might go, you want things all ready and to be organised, and I'm not happy at all. I'm very, very cranky about it.
Catherine spent $240 on a change table. She's yet to see it.
Every day, like I said, I've been on the phone, fighting, arguing, trying to get answers, and I can't get answers.
The Penrith store has opened its doors one last time for a liquidation sale, a bonus for buyers with cash. But what rights do lay-by holders have?
We've got situations where there is a pecking order of who's entitled to receive what. We've got financiers that are involved that have security over all the company's assets. We have employees that have an entitlement above unsecured creditors, where the lay-by clients would stay.
And in the case of the Cuddles and Mum clients, the outlook is bleak. Ezio Senatore is behind the liquidation.
My view at this point is that there'll probably be no return to those clients.
This Penrith store is one of 4 Cuddles and Mum stores individually owned and operated. However, the general manager of the Casula store, half an hour south of here, wants to preserve the company's good name. He's offered all the families with lay-bys the opportunity to repurchase that stock at wholesale prices. It's a generous offer. He's under no legal obligation to do so. But the question remains, is it enough to compensate the families who have lost out?
The offer has been to, to purchase the items again at cost or close to cost, but that still means that I'm paying for the items twice, and they're still getting my business. When I've paid for the items, I'm entitled to them.
I think it's good of them, but still that's going to be $200, so it's going to cost me almost $450 for the one change table that initially cost me $245. It's not really acceptable.
Gail Kennedy from the Australian Consumers Association says a lay-by can be a good financial tool if used properly, but beware.
Until you've paid the final amount, you don't really own that product. You're paying it off as you go. Now, of course, that can lead to some difficulties in relation to lay-by, depending on the circumstances. So very important to read the terms and conditions in relation to your lay-by.
And it's that fine print that's angered young families and upset expecting mums.
Thankfully, it's been kicking away and telling me that it's okay, so hopefully it's not having too much effect on it, and the stress involved, you just shouldn't have to put up with it.
That's right.
Elise Mooney reporting there, and the New South Wales Department of Fair Trading told us today anyone with a lay-by should advise the liquidator, and their claim would be considered on a case-by-case basis. Well, still to come, the incredibly shrinking man